check under the bed and make sure there's no Disney executives under there?
I promise there's not.
I'm scared, Mom. Will you please just look and make sure Kathleen Kennedy isn't under my bed?
Kathleen Kennedy is not under your bed.
South Park absolutely destroyed Rachel Zegler with hilarious commentary. And now she wants the entire episode to be banned.
But imagine you spend $250 million and you get some young girl and you don't kind of talk to her about like, hey, don't get political. You're young. And I know you have opinions about things, but this should be just about the movie.
In their latest episode, South Park came swinging with zero chill, zero filters, and all the savage humor they're known for. Their target this time was none other than Rachel Zegler, and more specifically, the disaster that was her live-action Snow White remake.
Eric, it's okay.
It's
okay.
Mom, I had a dream that I was replaced by a diverse woman.
The show didn't just tease her, they tore apart the entire woke reboot in a fake movie they called Woke White: The Reinvention. And let's just say, they went hard.
That's actually the best explanation I've heard as to why Disney movies all suck now.
They called out everything from Rachel's controversial interviews to Disney's awkward attempt to modernize a classic, and Rachel Zegler is not happy. According to insiders, she's mad. Word is, she wants the episode banned completely.
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White.
So, did South Park go too far? Or is this just what happens when you talk big and flop harder? Let's break it all down.
And the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign. I am.
South Park is known for one thing more than anything else. Its fearless and ruthless ability to mock absolutely everything and everyone. No one is too powerful. No idea is too sacred. And no company is too big to be roasted. So, it's no surprise that they went straight for Disney in their latest episode. But this time, they didn't just throw a few jokes, they brought the flamethrower.
Can you check the closet?
Eric, enough. I've told you there's no such thing as Disney executives who replace everyone you love with diverse women who complain about the patriarchy.
You check under the bed and half expect to see Disney executives hiding there, clutching their diversity checklists and sweating bullets. Because what South Park unleashed was less of a parody and more of a full-scale takedown of Disney's current direction, especially when it comes to their live-action remakes and so-called woke narratives. The episode plays out like a fever dream, one where all your favorite childhood characters are being replaced by people you don't recognize, spouting lines that sound like they were lifted straight from a social justice seminar. It's wild, confusing, and hilarious all at once. The plot revolves around Cartman experiencing a nightmare where everyone he knows has been swapped with diverse women who talk endlessly about the patriarchy.
Eric, it's okay.
It's
okay.
Mom, I had a dream that I was replaced by a diverse woman.
Oh, not again.
Yeah, only this time, it wasn't just me. They were taking all my favorite people and replacing them with diverse women complaining about the patriarchy.
And in true South Park fashion, the solution is never simple or politically correct. Instead, the blame gets pinned on Kathleen Kennedy, the much criticized president of Lucasfilm, known for overseeing a number of controversial decisions in Disney franchises. In Cartman's dream, she pops up again and again with her usual demand. Put another gay diverse woman in it. Make it more lame. It's exaggerated, sure, but that's what South Park does best. They turn everything up to 11 and dare you not to laugh.
And all your dreams will come true. You offer it to me freely. In place of the patriarchy, you would have a queen!
But at the heart of the episode, what they're really mocking is a trend that many audiences are getting tired of. The idea that diversity and inclusion are being forced into stories at the cost of good writing and beloved characters. The fake movie in the episode, cleverly titled Woke White, The Reinvention, is a perfect parody of Disney's attempt to modernize Snow White. And honestly, it's not far off from what people feel the real movie has become. South Park portrays it as a lifeless, preachy mess, where even the evil queen isn't really evil. She's just fighting the patriarchy. The classic princess kiss? Forget about it. That's too problematic. Instead, Snow White is revived by a lady doctor and told to avoid handball. It's completely ridiculous, but that's what makes the joke work. It's absurd because it hits so close to home.
Kenny, enough about Tammy's knockers. You sound like a white male trying to reestablish the patriarchy.
And then there's Rachel Zegler, the young actress cast as Snow White in the actual upcoming Disney remake. She hasn't exactly won fans over. In fact, she's been trending for all the wrong reasons. Between criticizing the original film, making bold declarations like "I don't need your business," and acting like she's above the story she's starring in, she's become something of a lightning rod for backlash. South Park doesn't hold back. They make her the center of the parody, portraying her as whiny, arrogant, and painfully self-important. In one scene, a character resembling her offers a magic apple in place of the patriarchy, while promising to become a diverse and equitable queen. It's exaggerated, yes, but it echoes things Zegler has actually said or been accused of implying.
Looks like I'm someone who represents a dreamer, no matter what they look like or where they come from. The true meaning of fair is the kindness within, and that's the point of our film.
Once the episode aired, chaos broke out online. Clips flooded TikTok and Twitter. Memes took over Reddit. YouTube reactors had a field day. Everyone was talking about South Park again. But even more than that, they were laughing at Rachel Zegler and Disney's recent direction. Reports even say that Rachel wasn't just annoyed, she was furious. Allegedly, she went so far as to contact Comedy Central and demand they pull the episode, calling it defamatory and humiliating. If that's true, it only made things worse. Because in the world of satire, the worst thing you can do is show that it got to you. And if there's one thing South Park loves more than making fun of celebrities, it's watching them implode from the fallout.
I think it's fair to say that no one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie, and yet Christian,
But just when you think it couldn't get worse for Zegler, another blow came from The Simpsons of all shows. Yes, The Simpsons, which now technically falls under the Disney umbrella, joined in on the mockery. They aired their own parody of Snow White, calling it Snow Woke, the reimagining, complete with a hyper-woke version of the princess who's too progressive for true love and too enlightened for classic storytelling. It was yet another jab at Disney's attempt to inject modern politics into every crevice of beloved stories. And the worst part? It worked. People laughed. They shared it. They agreed with it.
The message of the movie is to be that bitch. That's the message that they wrote a script that's telling girls, I don't need nobody tells me I'm a 20-year-old girl, so obviously I should run my mouth all the time.
In this cultural moment, Rachel Zegler has unintentionally become the face of a much bigger issue. She represents what some people see as the problem with Hollywood right now, a focus on the message over the magic. And Disney, despite being the biggest entertainment company in the world, is starting to look a little bit lost. Their stock has taken hits. Their remakes aren't connecting like they used to. And audiences who once lined up for every new release are getting harder to impress. South Park just put that feeling into one 22-minute episode, wrapped it in sarcasm, and delivered it with a sledgehammer. Of course, there are plenty of people who still support Disney's efforts to diversify their stories. They argue that inclusion matters, and representation is important, and they're not wrong. But what South Park is pointing out is the how. It's not that people don't want diversity. It's that they don't want it delivered in a way that feels forced, patronizing, or used as a shield for bad storytelling. Audiences are smarter than that. They know when something's authentic and when it's just ticking boxes,